In this video, we'll go over a few of the tasks that you need to do in Microsoft Azure before you can deploy Horizon Edge on that cloud platform. We'll create both a service principal and a user-managed identity. We'll also register the required Azure resource providers that are not already registered by default. Finally, we'll go into Entra ID and grant API permissions so that machines can be joined to Entra ID. A service principal is similar to a service account in an on-prem Active Directory. The service principal is for enterprise apps that need access to Azure resources. Start in the Azure portal and search to go to Entra ID, then go down to App Registrations, click New Registration, and give the app a name. For the platform, select Web and make up a URL to point to that app you just made up. Click Register. Now it's on the page for your new app. Go up to Certificates and Secrets and click New Client Secret. Enter a description and then select an expiration period, such as 24 months. Click Add. Then click the icon to copy the string in the Value field. Now, and this is very important, paste that client secret into some document where you will be able to find it later. You won't be able to copy it from here again, so if you lose it, you'll have to start over. You'll be able to copy this application ID later, but not the client secret. Okay, now we need to go to the subscription to give the service principal a role. On the page for the subscription, click Access Control and click Add Role Assignment. Click the tab for Privileged Administrator Roles and search for the role name Contributor. Select that and click Next. Click Select Members. You won't see the service principal yet in the Select Members list. Type the name of the service principal into the search box, and it should then show up. Select it and click Select. And click Next. Click Review and Assign. Now that we've given the service principal access to resources, we need to make sure all the resources we need are registered. Go to the subscription and click Resource Providers. There are 11 resource providers that must be registered. Some are already registered by default, but we'll have to check on which ones. Microsoft Authorization. It's already registered. Microsoft Compute. It's not registered. So with it selected, click Register. Now it says it's registering. Click Refresh. And when it's done, a notification appears. Yay. Now scrolling through this long list is not very efficient, so I'm just going to start searching. Keep searching and registering until you have all 11 of these resource providers registered. Then you can double check by clicking the status column to show all the registered ones and make sure they're all there. Now to create a user-managed identity, search in the Azure portal for managed identities. A user-managed identity is just like a service principal, except that it is linked to an Azure resource rather than to an app. In our case, that will be the Azure Kubernetes service. Click Create. Make sure the correct subscription is selected. And I'm going to create a new resource group, but if you already have a resource group for the virtual network you're planning to use, select that. Select the region closest to your end users. Mine is East US. And then give the managed identity a name. Click Review and Create, and click Create. Deployment succeeded, yay. Expand the deployment details and click the name. Now we're on the page for the managed identity. Click Azure Role Assignments. Click Add Role Assignment, select Subscription. Make sure the correct subscription is listed. And for role, type in Managed Identity Operator. Click Save. Now we're going to add one more role. For scope, select Resource Group. Select the resource group for the virtual network you plan to use. For role, type in Network Contributor. Click Save. To have machines joined to Entra ID, you need to grant permissions for API calls. Go to Entra ID, App Registrations, and if necessary, search for the app you created, as described at the beginning of this video. Click its name, and then click API Permissions. Click Add a Permission, click Microsoft Graph, Application Permissions, and then search for the Device Read Write All permission. When you find it, select its checkbox and click Add Permissions. Now you've added it, but not yet granted permission. If you're not a global admin on Entra ID, you might need to find someone who is. That person would click Grant Admin Consent for your Entra ID tenant so that your application can make the API calls it needs. And now you're all set to deploy Horizon Edge.